Hey guys, welcome to Connecting the Dots, the channel where we follow the breadcrumbs and try to predict where disruptions will take us. Tesla recently released images of its CyberCab prototype, a futuristic two-seat design that should form the backbone of their upcoming Robotaxi network. According to insider sources, CyberCab's engineering is so advanced that even Tesla's own engineers are left speechless. Let's peel back the layers of this next-level design and see what got the engineers so worked up. We'll be diving deep into CyberCab's engineering, with insights from Sandy Munro, scoops from Warren Redlich, and direct quotes from the GOAT himself, Mr. Elon Musk. If you enjoy my channel, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay notified. A massive thank you to our newest patrons, Ankita B., Brian R., Stuart S., and Wilhelm C. You guys rock. If you too want to help keep these videos coming, there's a link in the description. Now buckle up and get ready, because CyberCab will disrupt
the entire automobile industry.
And disruptions are never boring. Chapter 1. The Threesome. The first glimpse we caught of Tesla's upcoming CyberCab was in CNBC's interview of Tesla's design chief Franz von Holzhausen. For 4 seconds, the video showed a single picture of Franz standing next to an early wooden mock-up. Fast forward a few months, and Walter Isaacson's excellent biography of Elon Musk, link in the description, added a view of the exterior. And recently Tesla released a few more pics, which many videos discussed in great detail. Missing from the discussions, however, was one thing which personally I could not unsee. Look closely at this picture of the prototype and you'll see that the rear wheels are set more inboard than the front ones. This design choice is advantageous for 2 reasons. First, fairing in the wheels significantly reduces the drag they produce. This technique has been employed in several iconic and efficient vehicles throughout automotive history. For example, the Citroën DS, SM, and CX, the GM EV1, the first-generation Honda Insight, and the Volkswagen XL1 all utilized wheel fairings to enhance their aerodynamic performance. Okay, as demonstrated by this Buick Roadmaster, not all cars with rear-wheel fairings were iconic and efficient, but you get the point. Covering the rear wheels with fairings or spats can significantly lower the drag coefficient. And second, as demonstrated by VW's 100 miles per gallon XL1, shown here, a narrower rear track enables styling a more teardrop-like shape. This configuration is crucial for minimizing air resistance and improving overall efficiency. The combination of faired wheels and a tapered rear end has led many fan renderings to depict the CyberCab as shown here. But what if instead it looks like this? For those listening without watching the video, I'll say it loud and clear. I believe that the main version of CyberCab will be a 3-wheeler with 2 front wheels and a single wheel at the back. There could be a version with 2 narrowly set rear wheels for markets where regulations are more constrictive, such as where 3-wheelers require wearing a helmet. But exceptions aside, the main version should only have 3 wheels. Am I sure of this? Definitely not. So before showing why I think I'm right, let's first show why I could be wrong. One reason why I could be wrong is that in this image that Tesla showed, the rear wheel seems off-center, like in the other cars I showed. And another reason is that Elon had previously stated that Tesla will not venture into 3-wheelers. To answer the first point, note how in this picture of an early prototype, the rear wheel is mounted at the center line of the car, so at least that prototype was a 3-wheeler. And the only picture we have of the exterior is a side view shown from down low. This effectively hides the number of rear wheels, which I think is intentional. And as for Elon's statement, Elon is known for changing his mind when presented with compelling facts, and the facts are that A. Modern 3-wheelers can be remarkably safe and efficient, and B. Removing a wheel is the easiest way to drastically cut the weight and the cost of building a car. How much weight, you ask? A staggering amount. By eliminating one wheel and its associated components, 3-wheelers can shed up to 25% of a comparable 4-wheeler's weight. Malcolm Bricklin, the visionary behind the gull-winged Bricklin SV1 safety car, which came before the DeLorean, and former U.S. importer of Subaru and Yugo cars, is gearing up to launch his latest creation, the 3-wheeled 3EV electric car. Let's listen to his discussion with Sandy Munro about the reasons behind his 3-wheeled design.
Anytime we talked about electric vehicles was save weight in materials, save weight in frame, save weight in the batteries. And I went, guys, take off a wheel. How much weight do I save? 1,500 pounds. I said, let's play with 3-wheel vehicles.
Removing a wheel, its suspension and associated components, does require beefing up the remaining wheel and its components, yet despite that, the overall weight savings are huge. And less weight means extended range and potentially a smaller, cheaper battery pack. This means that besides saving the cost of a wheel, tire, and numerous other components, losing a wheel also saves a whole lot of batteries. Furthering the savings, the single rear wheel configuration allows for a more streamlined, aerodynamic design. This teardrop shape significantly reduces drag, potentially increasing the vehicle's range by up to 15% compared to a traditional four-wheel layout. And that shape alone, without considering the drag reduction of having one less spinning wheel. It doesn't stop there, because 3 wheels in contact with the road instead of 4 means less rolling resistance, potentially improving energy efficiency. Many people think of 3-wheelers as unstable, often recalling the Reliant Robin's rollover on Top Gear. However, the Robin had its single wheel at the front, while single rear wheel designs are innately stable and extremely difficult to topple over. In fact, cars like the Polaris Slingshot and the Morgan 3-wheeler are often used for carving mountain roads. And even the Robin was stable, as the iconic Top Gear episode where Jeremy Clarkson repeatedly rolled a Robin was intentionally staged. The car was altered to make it unstable, and Clarkson deliberately turned sharply to cause the car to roll over. Jeremy Clarkson himself admitted that much, adding that a normal Reliant Robin would not roll over unless a drunken rugby team is on hand. I take my privacy very seriously. I always use a VPN, and in this age of AI, I rarely leave my details where I don't have to. But as this article shows, no matter how careful we are, having a few apps on our phone or browsing respected websites is all that it takes to enable data brokers to relentlessly collect and sell our personal information. And to make things worse with AI and large language models, it's now easier than ever for brokers to cross-correlate multiple databases and create a full 360-degree profile covering every aspect of your life. They know what you buy, they know what you watch, they know who you support, they know exactly where you go, and they can even predict where you'll eat lunch this day next month. And if you have kids or a spouse, they know such things about them too. This exposes you to risks like identity theft, online harassment, and even stalking. Years ago, I tried deleting my data from such brokers, but it was an endless, time-consuming task that achieved little. That's why I started using Incogni. It automatically contacts hundreds of data brokers and leverages privacy laws to force them to delete your information. The best part? It keeps working for you, continuously monitoring and removing your data as new records pop up. Using Incogni brings a significant decrease in spam calls and junk mail. Moreover, it gives me peace of mind knowing my personal info isn't just floating around for anyone to buy. They even got many brokers to suppress further collecting, trading, and storing of my information. If you value your privacy and safety, I highly recommend trying Incogni. Use my link below, incogni.com/ctdots, and insert code CTDOTS for an exclusive 60% off the annual plan. Don't wait until someone uses your data. Check out Incogni and take control of your personal data today. And for those worried about safety, modern technology provides additional benefits. Let's listen to Sandy and Malcolm.
And I said, well, I'm not going to build a car that's not as safe as can be. My kids and my grandkids are going to be driving the car. I don't build a safe car just because it's cute. I do it because I don't want my kids getting hurt in the car. So I said, okay, great. Suppose we make a nice wide end like a Lamborghini, short wheelbase, batteries on the floor. I'm going to have great stability and a great ride. And I went to Dan Panos, who builds race cars and designs race cars. And I said, you can build a race car that hits a wall at 200 miles an hour, ruins the car, but the person walks. I want them to walk at 100 miles an hour. No, he said, no problem. Just design it in.
Now what we have is a gyroscopic chip, an integrated circuit, an IC. And that will be sitting on top of a circuit board, and that circuit board will then control the suspension. And with an air suspension, I can make sure that no matter how fast you're going or how big the incline is, I can twist the car. So if the car is on an angle, I can twist it so it's straight.
Wow.
If it's going too fast and it wants to spin out, I can change the attitude of the car, or better yet, I can change the spin on the wheels. So the rear wheel is going to have its own motor. The two front wheels each have their own motors, and so consequently, one slowing down or speeding up will cause the car to stay steady as opposed to swerving around.
So using a gyroscope and active or semi-active suspension, the vehicle can actively resist toppling forces. If Tesla wants to add this, it easily can. But despite Sandy's enthusiasm, I think this is complete overkill. Three-wheelers can be extremely safe, and with Tesla's fully autonomous suite in charge, I wouldn't worry about safety at all. So 3 wheels save a whole lot of weight, a whole lot of production costs, a whole lot of operational costs, and they speed up production. But if that's not enough, 3-wheeled vehicles often enjoy unique regulatory advantages. Sandy explains.
This is safe, but in essence, what happens with this seat belt is that when you get into a crash, instead of having something shooting out of the instrument panel or out of the steering wheel, it comes out of this little bag here, and it comes up to protect your face and your head. 3-wheel vehicles are really called autocycles, and they don't really have to have all of the safety requirements of a normal vehicle, if you like, a 4-wheeled car.
I want to be the safest production vehicle out there because we have no, even though there are very few regulations for us, there's also no restrictions on what we can do that are better. For instance, that seatbelt that you have, they could not put in a regular car because the mandate says it has to be this way. Mm-hmm. But we can put it in and make it safer because we don't have that regulation.
Right. In the olden days when they came up with the lap belt and the shoulder belt, that was the best they had at that time. But times change,
yep.
And I don't see any reason now why we have to have a very expensive repair when the airbags go off in the dash or in the steering column. I really don't get it. I don't see why we still are doing something that's old-fashioned, but once somebody puts it in a book, it stays there forever, and it's very difficult to move it.
And that's the advantage we have. The not rules makes it better, easier for us to do what makes sense.
These regulatory freedoms not only provide the option to cut a whole lot of costs, but also allow Tesla to implement cutting-edge safety features in the CyberCab that might not be possible in a traditional 4-wheeled vehicle. And I've checked for China, and 3-wheeled vehicles do enjoy less stringent regulations there. As a result, 3-wheeled vehicles are extremely common there, ranging from tiny microcars to small vans and trucks. There are also other advantages, such as 3-wheeled vehicles having a tighter turning radius, ideal for robotaxis navigating crowded urban environments, but I think we've discussed this enough. Again, I'm not saying that CyberCab will necessarily be a 3-wheeler, as there are also points going against it. For example, some regions classify 3-wheeled cars as motorcycles and require passengers to wear a helmet. I don't see Tesla forcing ride-hailing users to wear one, so for these regions at least, CyberCab will need 4 wheels. But a 1,500-pound weight reduction is so high that it cannot be dismissed out of hand. Add to that lower production costs, much faster production, improved aerodynamics, and the ability to implement innovative features, and it's clear that a 3-wheeled CyberCab has many virtues. If you ask me, regardless of what Tesla reveals on Robotaxi Day, there's a good chance that CyberCab would eventually be produced as either 3-wheeled or 4-wheeled, depending on the market it's going to. Also worth considering is that if Sandy is right, Tesla has already produced a 3-wheeled car prototype. What do you think? Will Tesla surprise us with a 3-wheeled CyberCab, or will they stick to a more conventional 4-wheel design? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Chapter 2, Behind the Delay, Elon's Revolutionary Front. The Robotaxi event was moved from 8/8 to 10/10, and here's where things really get intriguing. First, let's hear the story from Warren Redlich, who heard it from sources within Tesla.
They're having an engineering meeting. They think they've got like the final version of the vehicle ready to go, or they're really close to, an engineering endpoint. And that's why Elon said August 8th, because he thought they were close. And they're having this engineering meeting. And this had to do with the front end of the vehicle. Elon said there's some issues with the front of the vehicle. And Elon said, what if we did this? And that's the moment where the engineering team went speechless. They were like, froze, because Elon has these ideas, and if you've listened to Gwynne Shotwell talk about him, other people talk about him, he'll say something and you're like, you got to take a step back and you got to process. And when Elon drops a big one, when Elon hits with like a big idea, sometimes it's like, holy shit, can we do that? Is basically the reaction. Holy shit, can we do that? So the Borberg Dana Hull story was the Robotaxi meeting is being delayed 2 months, and that's not necessarily accurate. What I heard, 2 sources, one of the lead engineers said to Elon, I think it'll take us 2 months to do that. And Elon said, just get it done as fast as you can.
So great scoop by Warren, and if you're not following him, you really should. Someone that is following him, another Tesla employee called Elon Musk, replied to the post and confirmed the rumor by saying, requested what I think is an important design change to the front. Now you have my attention. A design change important enough to delay the Robotaxi reveal from the Chinese lucky day of 8/8 is bound to get my mind running. Let's try to guess what it is. This really is guesswork. We have very little details, so it could be anything. But guessing engineering topics is fun and is what my career is based upon. So let's start by narrowing it down to what it isn't. Elon could have a genius idea regarding something mundane, like a more efficient way to pack the components, or use one part for many functions, but I doubt this is the case. There's still time to finalize the design following the reveal, and the only changes big enough to delay the event are ones that either change the exterior shape considerably or add some cool functionality. Let's see what such changes could be. 2A, turning on a dime. Let's start with a tame idea, leaving crazier ones for later. You know the saying, it turns on a dime? Tesla's Robotaxi might make that a reality. Let's break down the engineering behind this potential game changer. Traditional cars limit steering angles for good reasons. For example, the engine and other components may limit the room required to turn the wheels at high angles. There could be mechanical constraints in suspension and steering components. Sharp turns at low speed can cause excessive tire wear, especially in rear-wheel drive cars. And drivers can't be trusted with high angles because at high speeds doing something stupid could cause severe stability issues. Limiting the steering angle simplifies the design and manufacturing of steering components, and there's no real downside because drivers manage just fine with conventionally limited angles. Tesla's three-wheeled CyberCab, however, changes the equation. Here's how. The single rear wheel eliminates rear CV joint concerns and allows for a fundamentally different steering geometry. With two wheels up front, there's more freedom to push steering angles to the extreme. As I've been saying since before Tesla revealed their unboxed manufacturing process, their next-generation cars will ditch hydraulics and use purely electric steering and braking. Electric steering is key here, as it allows handling of extreme angles without the limitations of hydraulic fluid dynamics. Electric brakes further enhance this capability. They offer more precise control than hydraulic systems, better coordination with steering during tight maneuvers, and easier integration with the AI driving system for optimized turning. In urban environments, extreme steering angles could revolutionize mobility. U-turns in narrow streets become possible, parallel parking in extremely tight spots is achievable, efficient navigation of complex roundabouts and intersections becomes easier, and there's potential for reduced time spent maneuvering and cutting minutes off each trip. The autonomous nature of the Robotaxi makes this viable where it wouldn't be for human-driven vehicles. The AI can optimize turning angles for each situation, balance maneuverability with component longevity, and adjust maximum steering angle based on speed for safety. Extreme maneuverability could make CyberCab significantly more efficient in urban environments than traditional vehicles. It's a prime example of how rethinking basic vehicle design elements can lead to potentially disruptive innovations in urban mobility. As nice as this would be, however, the next guess is more intriguing. 2B, the Frunk Factor. But what if Elon's important design change was about maximizing cargo space? More specifically, making the frunk large enough to fit a standard-sized trolley suitcase. If a Model 3-sized frunk can be squeezed under CyberCab's short, sloping hood, this could significantly enhance CyberCab's utility. Airport runs are a major part of taxi services, although Tesla will probably deploy its other models, mostly SUVs, for such rides. A frunk that could fit a trolley would greatly increase CyberCab's utility for such rides. Fitting an oversized frunk presents interesting engineering challenges, such as rearranging components to create more usable space and ensuring that heavy trolleys do not unload the single rear wheel. But if trolley is the case, pun definitely intended, then this kind of practical, user-focused design, enabled through first principles thinking, is what distinguishes good products from truly great ones, and this too could be worth the delay. A spacious frunk could open new use cases for CyberCab, which brings us to Chapter 2C. Optimus Pizza. Let's explore another possibility for Elon's design change. A large, temperature-controlled frunk. This isn't just about fitting luggage, it's about opening new markets. If Elon had a breakthrough idea, it wasn't about the cooling or heating part. That part is easy, as inches away sits the most innovative thermal management system in any car. Just add coolant lines, a heat exchanger, and smart valves, and heating or cooling can be provided for almost free. The real innovation likely lies in integrating this with a large enough frunk under CyberCab's short hood. But why is this a big deal? 2 words, Uber Eats. To get the importance of this, let's envision the Robotaxi event. As Elon presents CyberCab's many features, another CyberCab silently glides onto the stage. Its door swings open, and an Optimus robot emerges. It pops the frunk open and then walks to Elon, carrying a few boxes of steaming hot pizza. Elon accepts the boxes and smiles, no tip required. I think Optimus is ready for doing this demo and less sure about the frunk. But if Tesla can pull off this kind of multifunctional reveal, this should send shockwaves through several markets at once. But what do you think? Let me know below if you think such a demo is worth delaying the event. With no human driver to pay and with fully interchangeable cabs and robots, this system could potentially offer more consistent delivery times and much lower costs than traditional delivery services. Combining Optimus with CyberCab or a future van will take Uber Eats cheese away and add extra layers to Tesla's pizza. If they do it right, and with their AI expertise and auto bidder, there's every chance that they will. Nobody will be able to beat their prices. Nobody at all. Chapter 3. Engineering Tidbits, Rapid Fire Round. I could dive for hours into the rabbit hole of CyberCab's engineering and design, but I'm running out of time. And you're already familiar with big-ticket items like unboxed manufacturing, so let's skip those. Instead, let's do a rapid-fire round of lesser-known mind-blowing engineering tidbits. 1. Cast Composite Upper Chassis. Tesla could produce CyberCab's upper chassis as a single-piece composite casting. Like gigacastings, this drastically cuts parts count, raises quality, and slashes production speed. 2. Plastic body panels. Similar benefits could be provided by using plastic body panels. Molded in a single process and potentially infused with color, these panels eliminate the need for stamping and painting, two major production bottlenecks. In Tesla's quest for lightning-fast production, this could be a key enabler for churning out CyberCabs at unprecedented rates. Additionally, plastic panels can be designed for easy replacement and for elastically withstanding low-speed collisions. This should significantly lower collision repair bills and reduce downtime on Tesla's Robotaxi fleet. 3. Mirror on the wall. On the wall, but not in the car. As with no driver on board, mirrors are not needed. Ditching the rearview mirror and both side mirrors should reduce drag, cut costs, and speed up assembly. 4. Wiper-free zone. With no drivers and with daily cleaning, there's no need for wipers. If they do add a wiper, this would be for the passenger experience, not the car itself. 5. No rear window. The Polestar 4 was the first modern car to ditch the rear window. But with no driver on board, the CyberCab really doesn't need one. Ditching the window should save money, simplify assembly, and increase production speed. 6. Windowless design. But why stop there when they can ditch all windows? While highly unlikely now due to public reluctance, in the future, this could be a thing. To prevent motion sickness and claustrophobic feelings, screens fitted inside where the windows are now could display the real-time exterior view. Despite adding these screens, ditching the windows could save costs, increase manufacturing speed, and enhance structural integrity. 7. Getting unstuck. As advanced as Tesla's autonomous AI will be, there could always be very rare cases where the car gets stuck, Waymo style. In Tesla's case, these situations should be extremely uncommon. The car would first attempt human-like solutions, such as cautiously navigating around obstacles or executing U-turns. If unsuccessful, however, Tesla could delegate the problem to remote operators, similar to Waymo's approach. Optionally, Tesla might enable an innovative passenger assist feature, allowing riders to draw pathways on an on-screen display for the vehicle to follow. While there are liability considerations, this is technically feasible and could provide a unique solution to these rare cases. 8. Range rethink. Some people expect robotaxis to operate 20 hours a day, which spells large batteries, good for 8 to 10 hours of service. In reality, however, very few hours of range will be needed. Outside of rush hours, much of the fleet will be parked. Excess cabs will charge while others continue operating. But since CyberCabs are fully interchangeable, this enables them to constantly rotate between charging and driving duties. And using small batteries will significantly reduce unit costs. Interestingly, even when parked, CyberCabs can still earn money by supporting the grid with their batteries or using their processors for inference computations. For more details, see my video in the card above. These might seem like small details, but in Tesla's world of first principles engineering, it's these nuggets that add up to revolutionary design, low cost, and record-breaking production speed. When fully ramped, Tesla's CyberCab production line should spit out cars faster than the auto industry can imagine. The current norm in auto plants is a new car every 60 seconds, And with 95% automated production, Giga Shanghai can now do it in half the time. But fully automated, with Optimus in the loop and designed for speed, CyberCab's lines could spit out new cars a few seconds apart. Everything I showed is pure speculation, but with sound engineering reasons to back the ideas, several should come true. Let me know below which you think will arrive and which will not, and what other features you think I missed. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And without patrons, this channel wouldn't be possible, so please consider supporting me on patreon.com/connectingodots for as little as $1 a month. Besides supporting me, you'll get ad-free access to all my videos, as well as a monthly patron-exclusive video. Don't forget to visit incogni.com/ctdots to avoid identity theft and scams, with 60% off the annual plan. Please follow me on X, where I am Connecting Odots. Until next time, I am connecting the dots, and you are amazing.